Hey, yo, what it is, man? We back with another one. Listen, matter of fact, I'm going to say it like this, man. This is Burn After Rolling. My name is BT, and we doing things a little differently today. You know, y'all done seen a lot of different influencers, different rappers, singers, nonetheless. You know what I mean? I decided to switch it up, you know what I mean? Shout out to my girl, Sinner. She really, she tapped me in. But, today we got my girl, Chef T in the building, man. What's goody?
What's going on?
Yo, what's the deal? How was the trip getting here and all that?
It was good. It was a good trip. I actually got a window seat, so I was pretty happy about that because, the middle and the aisle are the worst.
Oh, I was talking about the trip from A to B. You was talking about the trip from pre-A, from Cali.
From
Okay,
Cali,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
from Cali to here.
But yeah, man. So first and foremost, I just want to ask, where are you from?
I'm from Bellport, New York, Long Island.
Oh wow, Bellport.
Yes.
Hellport.
Right.
So what's it like growing up in Bellport first? Because well, you know what? I'm gonna ask, what's it like growing up in Bellport first?
I would say it was all right. Coming from Bellport, I originally came from New York, Harlem, and then coming out here, it was pretty cool. You know,
At what age did you move from Harlem?
I was 6 when I came here.
Oh,
6
okay,
years
so-
old. So I was here for a while. I integrated. I made a few friends and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty interesting growing up here. It was a lot of opportunity as far as like school and things to like programs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now being from Bellport, were you quiet or were you in the mix?
I think I was in the middle.
You was in okay.
I was in between. I was quiet, but then also kind of popular, but then not too much.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So once more, I'm gonna ask one more about being from Bellport question. There's a lot of misconceptions when we hear about Bellport girls. So
Oh God.
yeah. So let's clear that up right now.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, what do people say? I'm not too.
So you being from Bellport, I guess you don't hear the stereotypes, but you know how it be. Bellport girls is hood, they ratchet. They'll pull the blamey out on you. They'll punch you in your shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? All the nine. Listen, sexy red vibes. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? 100%. We all have that in us, I feel like, but it's just a matter of like, can you turn it on and off? Me personally, I can get there. I know plenty of people that can, but I can also do both.
Yeah.
So for me personally, yeah, I can be sexy red, do all that, but as growing and getting older, I realize that's not the wave. So yeah.
So
we can get like that. We can.
you said the opportunities you had. There was a culinary arts program in Bellport.
Yes.
And that's where you got to kind of let it flourish.
Right. My senior year, I was done with all my credits, so I was bored. I had nothing to do. So the school said, "Hey, you can go to BOCES for half the day." So every morning I would get up, go get on the bus and go. Get a little high before.
Oh,
yeah.
We gonna talk about that later. But so I know the cooking journey kind of came with your adopted mother, Sharon, right?
Yes.
So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we can. She's the one that showed me how to cook. She still is an amazing cook to this day. That was our bond. Because that wasn't my birth mother. We definitely bonded through food. So that was like a big thing, and it still is a big thing. Like right now, she's teaching my daughters how to cook.
Wow.
So it's still continuing on. So yeah.
Keep it a bean. You think that the student has passed the master?
Yeah.
Ooh, yo, Sharon, tap in. Tap in. We might have to have a little rumble in here, a little rumble in the jungle over here.
But you know what? I will say she still is pretty up there because there's a lot of things that she does that I don't do. Like I don't bake really. So she's into that. So that's where, she kind of does beat me in that aspect. But as far as cooking, I think we're pretty neck and neck at this point.
So you know what's funny? You say that the cooking and baking thing. What is because I know people, they can cook their ass off, and then
Right.
you ask them to like make a fucking cupcake and they just or some pre-made cookies and they come out hard as a motherfucker and burnt like a bitch.
Right.
So what's the difference between being a good cook and being a good baker?
Right. Cooking, you can kind of put your twist on it. Like anything, it's not as particular.
Okay.
Baking, very specific. Like you need to make sure that everything is correct, because if not, then, you know, your cake doesn't rise correctly. The cookies don't come out correctly. So it's very, very tedious, versus cooking is kind of like, it's more of a feeling and you can kind of do your own thing.
Yeah, you kind of.
Yeah, you're more creative. You can get more creative in that sense.
So why would people kind of go the baking route? Because like, I mean, me personally, like as a creative individual, you know what I mean? Like I love to cook personally, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I do love the fact that you can kind of, you know, put your little spin on it. What would be the draw to baking actually?
I think personally, it's a matter of what you like. Like for me, I don't really like sweets. I don't like cookies and stuff like that. So I don't think I would gravitate towards it. But if you're big on sweets and that's what you love, and you know there's a passion there for it, then that's where you would gravitate towards. I have a chef friend. She does amazing cakes, but she likes sweets. Every time she brings in cookies, and you know she's really into it. But she does amazing artwork with her cakes. So
when you smoke, you going towards like a steak before you going towards like a Snickers.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not gonna hold you. It's crazy. It's crazy you say that. I'm more of a personally, like on my sober walking around normal, I'm gonna go for that steak. But as soon as I get some of that THC in my system, man, listen. Yo, no cap. I ain't eat ice cream I'm a fat nigga, so I know y'all might not believe me, but listen, I ain't eat ice cream for like a solid like 6-7 years.
Wow.
I smoked one day. This is not too long ago, maybe 6-7 months ago. I smoked one day. Yo, I don't know why it popped in my head. Just get this Ben and Jerry's. That shit was fire. So with the cooking thing, I know that, you know, you say you don't really lean towards the sweet thing.
Right.
But I know there's a thing called umami, which kind of, you know, puts like the sweet and the salty kind of together. What is like I said, what's your personal preference?
My personal preference is more of like savory. I like more of a like, I can do sweet and salty, but definitely more savory. And it goes into also the flavors of what I cook, because what I usually cook is like comfort foods. I do like Puerto Rican food and I do soul food. So my foods are like a combination of both, and that's definitely more of like savory profiles.
Being in the when you're doing the culinary, you did the culinary arts in high school.
Yes.
So you graduate now, and where do we go to culinary school?
I went to SUNY Delhi.
Oh, okay.
Upstate New York.
Okay, and yeah, that's a nice little school, nice little spot.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes. So I had some fun there.
Fun fact: me and him one time went up there to visit his little brother.
Really?
It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, type shit.
Oh, was it fun?
No, not really. You know what it was? I think that his little brother started smoking for the first time, and you know that little gray area you have that first like few months of you smoking, the weed smokes you.
You know what?
I'm gonna tell you like this: he came and smoked with Unc and a big bro, and my boy was smoked.
Listen, you know what? I don't blame him, because back to my Delhi days when I was in college, the weed was definitely smoking me, because my friends were smoking so much. I was in the bathroom like puking. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, I didn't even know I can get sick from smoking. But yeah, now, I mean, I'm good. But back then, the weed was definitely smoking me.
When you were when you were going to school out there in Delhi, how accessible was it to like cook? Because I know you were staying in the dorms and shit.
Right. So it wasn't that accessible. We were able to have like a microwave. You know, everybody came around. They were really strict on like what you could have in your room. They would do room checks, etc.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I got in trouble at least once or twice.
But you had a hot plate or two?
No, I was smoking, unfortunately. So yeah, it was a little.
You was baking.
Yeah, I was definitely baking. All right. But I will say the funny thing is that everybody knew me as, you know, being the chef, or, you know, not chef yet, but wanting to be one. And I would always bring my seasonings with me. The adobo, the garlic, salt, pepper. And, you know, I would season my food. Like, we would go to the hall and I was like, oh, this isn't that good. So I'll pull out my seasonings. And then my friends were like, let me taste. So then I would, you know, give them a taste. Like, oh my God, can you season my food? So I was the person that would season everybody's food at the table before we would eat. Like, that was the thing. Like, people would be like, can you season? Can you? And I'm like, yeah, I got you.
Have you ever tried to blend your own kind of seasonings, like as far as like you know, making like getting like turmeric and drying it out and maybe, you know, doing it yourself or something like that?
Yes, I'm actually working on that. I want to come out with my own line of seasonings. I just finished my cookbook, so I have to finish that. But that's definitely actually on my to-do list.
What is like your to-go seasoning?
Personally, I always do like a Cajun or like adobo, garlicky kind of thing.
You put adobo on pizza? Okay, good.
That's a bit extreme.
Nah, I seen it. I done seen it. Fucked me up. My man, mind you, and the nigga was on some like, nah, yo, it's fire, bro. Trust, and he wild on that shit.
Oh, I know it was salty.
Yeah, I threw it out. I took one bite and threw that shit out. I was tight. Pizza over.
Definitely.
Money gone.
Down the drain.
But so doing in the culinary program, was it, how ready did it actually get you for the industry?
It got me ready in a sense of knowing terms and things of that, like different, like how to like do different techniques and stuff. But I was not prepared for the amount of stress that goes into it. Like when we first started, the teacher sat us down, the whole class, and was like, listen, I'm going to let you guys know right away. Chefs have the highest rate of suicide, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, divorce. It was like they just went down the list of all the negative.
I thought dentists was the highest rate of suicide.
They said chefs.
Wow.
Chefs. And then I was like, oh, you know, I'm younger, so I'm like, there's no way. But now that I'm older and I'm in the industry, I definitely see how that can be a thing. Like when I'm going to work, people are getting out of work. So it's like my communication time and stuff is just completely off. That's why I went into being more of an entrepreneur, because if I were just to stay in the kitchen, there would be no fulfillment there. I'm not completely fulfilled in the kitchen. You
feel that they gatekeep as far as like, you know, giving you the position, that head chef position, you know, they kind of keep you as like a sous chef or something like that?
Oh my God, yes. I actually the last job I just left, I was working on the beach in California, and the head chef he would come up to me. He's like, I want you to come upstairs. You're excellent. And it was like a better restaurant making sushi, and stuff like that. So I was like, great. But then they were like, well, we have to get the right people in first before we can bring you up. So it's like,
what does that mean?
Like,
we have to get the right people in before we bring you up. What does that mean?
Right. So basically, because I did such a good job at where I was at, they didn't have other people that were as good as me. So they didn't want to move me up yet because there was nobody to fulfill my position and doing as good of a job as I was.
That's really like actually truly gatekeeping. Like that. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. It's truly that. And I'm a female. So it's like, it's even harder being a female chef. And
being in like that like kind of serving position, like even though you're not necessarily the server, but you're still kind of in the service position, you know, people tend to sometimes like treat you like a second class citizen, or like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Or order you around like you know.
Most definitely.
Like you ain't work your ass off for 4 years in school for this shit.
Right. And excuse me, it's a lot of work. Like, just like being in there, it's like prep work, the making it's just so much that goes into it that it's like when people be like, you're charging that much for, I'm like, yeah, like, do you realize like how much time and energy I have to put in? It's a lot of labor.
No cap.
Yeah. So, you know, I had to like just start setting my boundaries on my prices and stuff like that.
So I learned it was real because I used to work at a group. Mind you, like I wasn't doing nothing. I'm not on your level nowhere near. Right. But I do my thing. I do my thug thizzle, trust. Okay. So I would make like, I have like a nice little mac and cheese signature dish I do.
Nice.
It cost me like $60 to make the shit. This is macaroni and cheese, because you know, you got to get
right. All
the 10 different cheeses and the
exactly.
we ain't gonna but you know what I'm saying. But like that was like the first time I'm like, damn, like, and this, mind you, this is like a half tray. I'm like, damn, like this is not for the week, bro. Like I be wondering, like, that makes you think, like, how do McDonald's, how not do, because they don't do that shit no more. Them motherfuckers is expensive. But how did they actually sustain business with a dollar menu? You would,
Right.
because like I said, granted they don't use premium ingredients and whatnot,
Yeah,
but it's like,
I was gonna say I think they sustain that by using really cheap ingredients. I actually just watched a video today. This woman, she pulled out a burger that she had from McDonald's from 1996.
oh yeah, and then the fries was good. The only thing that was rotten on it probably was the bun, right?
No, the bread was
Gucci.
It was good. I was like,
Oh,
1996. I'm like, I've seen like 10 years or whatever. 96.
Yo, McDonald's.
That's insane.
McDonald's has their own like special formula for Coke. Their own like patented formula that they only get from Coca-Cola.
Really?
Like Coke has their bottles. They have, let's just say Burger King and blah, 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 blah. I got it. McDonald's has their, I don't know what they do per se. Even their ice. Even their ice has like sodium, some kind of sodium or like sugar in it or something like that.
I believe that, especially because I'm like, you know what? I just want a Coke from McDonald's. I'm like, I don't want a Coke from anywhere else.
That's crazy, right?
So the fact that I'm sometimes like, oh, maybe that probably is what's going on.
So like when you hear things like that though, does it make you like kind of not necessarily want to make a partnership with Coca-Cola per se, but like, maybe maybe do that thing with the extra little pizzazz or whatever.
Right. Personally for me, it kind of scares me. It kind of scares me because I'm like, if I'm wanting your Coca-Cola, what is in that Coca-Cola?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably something I should not be having if I want it that bad. So for me personally, I feel like it makes me want to do the opposite and like put out better products and stuff like that. Like I'm at the point where I'm like always researching like what does this have in it? What's the best brand and stuff? Because, nowadays everything just has so much junk in it, like preservatives, things that are not good for you. And a lot of us don't know because, not everybody's into food like the way that I am.
And people are just eating. Yeah, and people most of the time, like especially nowadays, like we're in a recession, dude, and like people at this point, like they threw health out the door because it's so expensive, and now we're looking for just a deal.
100%. I see the difference because before this recession, I was doing way better with even being able to keep up with groceries. Now groceries are so expensive that it's like you kind of have to settle sometimes for the things that are not the best. So
I did like I just kind of like did some number crunching and whatnot one time just for shits and giggles, and I really came to the conclusion that if I ate at McDonald's 2 times a day, it would actually be like, I mean, and obviously, you can go cheaper on the grocery route. You can maybe hit a Aldi's or something. But, if you want to eat kind of like, get some good steaks, get some good shit, go to Stop and Shop, some type shit, you're going to be spending way more money. And it's like, bro, it makes me like, it's sad. It's so sad. Like, it's almost like they want us half dead by the time we're 50 years old.
100%, they really do, and that's why my biggest goal is to get a farm.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I really want a farm, and I know that.
It's like some Kanye West shit right there.
Yeah, because I've been saying this for years, but now that I like every year, the urgency gets more and more. I'm like, okay, yeah, like I really need to figure this out because I want to be the one to provide food for the people and to make sure it's good for us.
That's amazing.
And being a chef, you want to really feed people good food. Like it means a lot to
me. You do a lot of giving back too. I seen.
Yes. I'm very big into that too as well.
So what's your like the time that really like you really like felt it in your heart, almost like was moved by like you serving someone else?
I would say the time that I went down to Skid Row in Los Angeles. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with what Skid Row is.
We're worldly out here. Okay. We're coastal out here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a lot where people basically will like they stay there because they're homeless or whatever the case is. But
they be having some ill shit.
Right.
They be having some ill ass tents. I'm a fucking athlete. Sorry.
Right. No, they really do. Just they're very resourceful.
Have you seen like some of these shit? Like you're out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I've seen these motherfuckers have like a damn near penthouse.
Yeah.
They got like 4 tents connected to each other and like they got the whole little lounge and I mean? Like all that, bro. Like I'd be like, damn, son, like maybe I might wanna, step out.
Right.
Realistically, I'm not gonna hold you. If you're gonna be a bum anywhere, be a bum in LA. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause high key, you could pursue your dream. It's nice weather out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you may just see like, and then obviously, you got some BBLs walking by. So the views always nice. You know what I'm saying? You could wash up on the ocean, you know what I mean? It's a vibe.
Right. You might run into a few celebrities.
Okay. You get your big break.
Right.
You go viral, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
I want to get into the LA shit a little bit later.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I kind of want to talk about more culinary, like just to come up on the culinary end.
Okay.
What was like the weirdest thing they made you cook in culinary school? Well, in general, actually.
I would say in general, the weirdest thing that I have cooked would be still to this day was venison, deer.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's it? No bear, no any like elk, anything like that?
I know I haven't done that, but venison.
Venison?
Yeah.
Did you like the taste?
Not at all.
It's too gamey,
It
right?
was very gamey.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better with it, as I get older, but when I was younger, I was like, I can't deer, certain things just didn't sit right with me. I was like, okay, I'll do the basic steak, chicken, salmon, fish, whatever. But then the other stuff, when it started, I was like,
You want to hear a story?
Yeah.
When I was in college, I went to school with a lot of rednecks. So these niggas would hit a deer with their truck and then wrap it up and fucking put it in the back of their truck. And we had, the dorms had the grills in the middle of the quad or whatever. One day I just smell fucking barbecue and I look out my window. These niggas is just butchering and grilling up a deer, and they got a tarp laid out. The deer on top of the camp, the little camp chair, and they just bang, 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 throwing that, slapping on the grill, playing around with the deer head.
Wow.
I'm not gonna hold you. I jacked it though. It was kind of fire.
Did you try it?
Yes, it was. That's what I'm saying. I jacked it. It was nice.
It was good.
Nice. I liked it. I mean, granted, I had like a little piece, and it was more like I think I might have been more excited.
Right.
Just to see this deer being butchered and cooked like right in front. Like it was like, honestly, I feel like honestly, that's almost one of the best ways to eat.
Right.
Like is like to like I mean is as much as it's kind of crazy to say, the fresh kill, right to the grill.
Right.
You get that shit is tender. That shit was tender. That shit was damn near. I don't know what noise deers make, but that shit was mooing, batting, and all that in my ear, man. That shit was nice.
No, definitely. I mean, that makes sense because it's not filled with preservatives. It's not hitting the factory before it hits us. So I could definitely see how, that would be better.
With the culinary thing, did they teach you how to like make like not alcoholic but like drinks? Like almost like a this is a little ignorant of me to ask, but like did they teach you how to like blend like a drink or something like that?
No, that's not an ignorant question. I believe there was like a beverage class you could have taken. I personally didn't take it. But if you wanted to explore that area, I think you definitely could.
Chef Tea soda.
Right.
Yo, listen, 20%. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I got you.
No, but so you were talking about the before you were speaking about spices and like the seasonings and whatnot. What about the sauces? Because are you a sauce girl?
I am a sauce girl.
I'm a sauce guy.
I love sauce.
I'm a condiment man.
Me too.
I'm a big condiment man.
I need every sauce: honey mustard, barbecue, ketchup.
Do you
ranch.
Are you the type that like are you just taking the sauce out the bottle, or you gonna pour that bitch in a little saucepan and start doing your thing, doing your thuck thizzle with it?
Yeah, when I'm cooking, I make my sauces from scratch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like all my like Alfredo, the food that I made scratch, barbecue. I just made like a bourbon barbecue sauce not too long ago, which was really good. I do like all different sauces. I don't know, but yeah, I'm big on sauce.
Listen. I would love to have. Well, we're gonna talk about it soon.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, I know you're a mother of two, also, right? Two girls.
Yes, yes.
At what point before you left for Cali or after you left for Cali? You had the kids.
It was before. I went to Cali with them.
Okay.
I went to Cali with them.
So how was that transition to Cali? Because I know, obviously you spent a few years out here. You were working. You were doing your
Right.
thing. What was the actual time? Like, how long did it actually take you to come up with this plan and really execute it?
Okay. So basically, I had left here, my children's father. We weren't getting along, things were really bad. So, I kind of left Cali to just go stay with my sister, start over, figure it out at the time. So I'm a cosmetologist as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I do hair. So at the time I was working before I left, I was in the Hamptons working in the hair salon out there. And then when I went to California, I said, all right, I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna do hair. Because then my sister was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to work." Whatever the case was, I was like, "No,
must be nice." Damn.
All right, I was, but it didn't sit right with me. I just couldn't. I'm like, I can't sit on this couch all day.
Freeload, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I have to do something. So I was trying to do hair, but I just didn't know people. I couldn't get. It wasn't gonna work. So I was like, all right, let me go back into food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, let's sell food. My sister was like, let's do it. Let's do it. We printed out flyers. We handed it around to like the entire complex.
Is that where the Takeout Sisters was born?
That's where it was born. So yeah, we started it together. The first time we got like a few orders, but we were like, we need more clients. Mm-hmm. So then we decided to go downtown, which is like, like a Main Street area, with a bunch of bars and stuff to sell the food late night. We were literally selling the food from the back of her car. I put my sternals, the hot sternals, she let me set it up in her backseat. She's like, please don't set my car on fire. And I was like, I won't. And I really didn't. But when I tell you we sold out, we would do it like every other weekend. I was making like 400, 500 a night.
This is pre-pandemic too, right?
Pre-pandemic.
How does it make you feel like, going to Cali and just automatically just selling out? Do you feel that you could have did that out here?
I probably could have, but at the time, that's not where my head was. So I just think I was in a different space when I was out here.
Well, when I say out here, I mean Long Island specifically.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. When I was in Long Island, my headspace wasn't there. I wanted to quit culinary. I didn't want to be a chef anymore.
Wow.
I went to cosmetology school. I wanted to do hair. So I wasn't even thinking about that. It only clicked back in my head when I went out there to California. So it doesn't make me feel too bad because I was still, doing all right when I was here. And I do like doing hair too. So
do you still do hair to this day or no?
A little bit on the side, yes.
Oh wow. Look at you.
Yes,
Look at
yes.
You can braid too?
I can.
We might have to holler at you.
Yeah. I do it all.
Yo, listen, man. Let me find out, man.
Yes.
So you go from kind of selling the plates, out the trunk. Now you upgrade. You start catering some, major events. You get into Wildin' Out.
Wildin' Out. That was within 2 months of me doing that outside in San Diego. Within 2 months. It's I bumped into Wildin' Out on the street just selling food.
Wow.
And that's where the opportunity came from, just from being out there. I still, to this day, I'm still like that. It happened like that, but yeah, it did.
I know you had a kind of relationship with Rip Michaels. You guys were cool and whatnot. And you guys did some work or whatever.
Right.
Did he like automatically kind of gravitate to you from the food, or was it like you kind of had to kind of talk a little bit and network?
I was just talking to him about I'm like, hey, I just started up my business. We're selling food on the street, just talking. And he was like, really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, how would you like to cook for Wildin' Out? I'm like, come on, man, no way. I'm like, you don't even know if I can cook. I'm like, what if my food's bad? He's like,
he might have been trying to just visit. He might have been, you know what I mean?
I'm sure of it. But, the fact that and it was right on the spot, though. Like, maybe that was the case, but the fact that, I met him, it was nothing, and it was right on the spot.
That's amazing.
He called his assistant up right in front of me, put her on speaker, like, listen, I'm not bullshitting you. Hey, we're going to have you I have her here.
Oh, wow.
Let's set up her email. Here goes her information. Let's get this started. She's going to cook for Wildin' Out. and just like that.
Yo, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So then from there on, how long was the gap from you working at Wild 'N Out to the quarantine cooking show?
I want to say at least a year.
A year?
2018 I did that. 2019. Oh wow. 2 years.
Yo, see, there's a lot of things people don't understand about like getting into that industry. Like, I know obviously cooking industry and entertainment industry is different, but you know, once you start meshing with those guys, this is the thing that people don't understand about the entertainment industry. You have to water those relationships.
Definitely.
You have to always tap in and just, and obviously, maybe you may not give a fuck, whatever, and that's you. But like, you have to water those relationships and really, and make it and be genuine.
Most definitely.
So what are like when how did you maintain that relationship with the Wild 'N Out crew? Because I know when you did your quarantine cooking show, I know you did it with Rip Michaels, and then you had Michael Blackson, and you had a couple. What, Cat Williams too?
No, it wasn't Cat Williams.
Justina Valentine. Sorry.
Yep, Justina Valentine, Godfrey, the comedian.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And it was Brandon T. Jackson.
Brandon. Yeah. Okay. So from that first instance of catering for Wild 'N Out, and then that quarantine cooking, how did you kind of water that relationship and kind of, you know what I mean? Just how did it kind of just build up from there to there?
Right. So basically after Wild 'N Out, I was still here. It just so happened we stayed in contact, but it just so happened Rip lived in New York.
Oh, okay. Did they move to New York too at that time, right?
I'm not too sure.
Or was it a little bit? I don't know. Whatever.
They might have been doing a few shows or something like that. Yeah. But I know he did like a lot of comedian shows out here, comedy shows out here. So what happened was, we stayed in contact a little bit, but then I came back to New York. So once I came back to New York, again another opportunity. He owned a restaurant.
Wow.
In Nassau.
Okay.
Like a lounge restaurant place. So he was like, "Hey, you're back. Do you want to work there?" Gave me great pay, this and that. So, and then I kept doing that. And then I was able to now, again, promote my business through the restaurant, do certain nights where I have my own menu and stuff like that. So
how did it feel getting that opportunity from someone that in such a high place?
It felt amazing. Honestly, I still don't like fully, like when people ask me like about all this stuff, it's just like, I guess it's still surreal to me. Like, yeah, I just still feel like very like normal and like, but I just, I'm very humble about the opportunities that I have gotten actually. So
do you have that, that like mindset where like you feel that you still haven't gotten to where you need to be yet?
Most definitely. I have so much that I need to do that I'm still working on. So yeah.
Well, one thing I'll say, we in Burn After Rolling. So we gonna just take a step back. We really just gonna admire what the fuck the body of work you done put together. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
To go from Wild 'N Out, to go to Def Comedy Jam,
right,
to working for them, to working with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is.
Thank you.
That is something that you have to really actually like. No, you did that.
Thank you.
You did that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not no one else. I mean, you had help, of course, right. and shout out to them and much love and,
right.
all that to them. But you did that shit.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
If I have flowers, I'll give them to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got a Truly, though. You can have that.
Right. This is great.
Toast to that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But, so, you bounce back and forth, obviously, from Cali to New York for a couple of years. You're here now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you still do, like, when you come out here, do you make it a priority to do events, or you kind of come out here to just chill?
Kind of both. Like in the summer, I know out here when I come visit in the summer, business is not as big because, everybody's outside. So,
yeah.
But right. So everybody's running the streets. But in the wintertime, business is excellent. So when I do come out here in the wintertime, I'll make it a point to like sell food, and stuff like that. Not really too many big events, but like I've done a wedding, last year I did my friend's wedding. I'll get like little bookings here and there. Fire. yeah, out here. But right now, it's because I've been more in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
More stuff is happening over there, I would say.
What's more important to you, advancing your business, or because I know you really are into the philanthropy thing, but advancing your business and personal endeavors, or actually creating a change for the community?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I would say most importantly is working on me first, because I can't help anybody else
Mm-hmm.
unless I got myself together. I can't help the community
Mm-hmm.
really unless my stuff is together. Yeah, of course, to an extent where I can, I will help.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's more important for me to get myself together so I
Mm-hmm.
can do so much more for the community, because that is like my biggest thing. I'm like, I need to be successful so I can help the community, so I can help people in need,
Mm-hmm.
so I can get us good food out there, because it's going to be very important. Food is literally life. So
Food is friendship.
right.
That's one of my favorite fat nigga quotes. So being in Cali and all that, now I mean, I know you done probably got promised the world outside of just, the amazing connections you did. I'm obviously,
Mm-hmm.
not to say luck, or anything like that, but you did strike gold early in your career.
Right.
But I know you're in the land of the liars, the land of the fake, the land
Mm-hmm.
of the clout, the land of a lot of nonsense.
Yes.
So going from New York to where we're very direct, and where from the first 5 minutes if a nigga fuck with you or not, to going to Cali where they'll be your best friend right to your face.
Yes.
And then the moment that y'all aren't looking at each other, like, yo, I done in Cali, I done been best friend. I'm talking about like hugging, yo, this my nigga right here.
Mm-hmm.
Him doing that to me. And the moment he unfollowed me on the gram, you know what I mean? Like, so I want to know how many instances you don't had that with that.
Oh, there's a lot of that. There's so much of that. I literally was like, that's the difference between New York and Cali. In New York, we say what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like you, or I do like you. Like, we are very direct. But then going to Cali, I had to kind of tone it down a little bit, because even like the way I speak, like to them, it's like so aggressive. And I'm like, I don't think it's that aggressive, but according to them, I'm just more of an aggressive person. I'm just seen as that just naturally. So
Your first fuck out of here might get a couple niggas nervous.
Right. Oh, it definitely did, because they seen me out there already. So
hey,
they
homie,
see
where
me
you
in
from?
action. They see me in action already. So they know how I get. So everybody's kind of been like, oh, we're not gonna, just don't even come mess with me. But it definitely is that. I like that we're more real out there. They're very fake. I've been into instances where I thought me and the girl were cool, and I don't want to.
It's a clout game. It's a clout game. It's a clout game.
I've had people play with my paychecks, smile in my face and stuff, and then I've had to really go and like press people a few times, like, yo, like, why are you doing this? But then they kind of just left me alone, because they see that I'm gonna call them out.
Yeah, you stand on your business,
right?
Now,
most people won't.
It's almost like you kind of gotta respect it, because it's almost like, all right, we're gonna see what you gonna do,
right?
And then when you do it, because think about it like this, bro. You walk in the room, and if someone has a slap me sign, you gonna slap that nigga
right.
10 times out of 10. 10 times. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you ain't had no slap me sign on. And you ain't boo-boo the fool.
Right.
So you went and stand on your motherfucking business and got that shit.
Most definitely. And, I have to put it into things, like you want to play with my money and you thought you were the boss of doing certain things, and then things backfired. I just don't play those games. So people know now, like one time this girl, she was saying something about me. This was at my job. I was off at the time though. And, I came in to help out. They needed somebody extra in the kitchen. I was being nice. I'm like, fuck it, I'll come in and help out.
Yeah.
But there was nothing really needed. So I was chilling at the same time. But then the other coworker, she got mad. So she was in the kitchen, like talking about me, like, and I'm right there. So everybody keeps coming back to me like, oh, Kayla said this, Kayla said that. And I'm just like,
damn, Kayla.
I'm name dropping right now. Yeah.
Woo! That's what fuck we here for,
right,
man. Let's get it.
Because you know what
fuck
you
you,
did.
Kayla, bitch.
You know what you did now. So she was saying all this stuff, and it was just like, so I went to her. I was like, yo, is there a problem? And then she got quiet. She's like, yeah, is there a problem? Do we have a problem?
We have a problem.
And there was no problem. There was no problem, she said. So I said, okay. You know, like if you have an issue though, come to me. Don't go tell this person, that person, and I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
This is in Cali, right?
This is in Cali.
Mm. Well, you know, we just said indirect.
Right.
At this point now though, like when you go through this, like, is it like, because I know personally me, like I'm not gonna say I crashed out off that, but I really took it to heart. Like when like I said, being a New Yorker, right. I really took that shit to heart. Like, yo, these niggas is fake. Oh, I'm a, you know what I mean? And you know how it is as a man. Sometimes right. you wanna fight. You know what I mean? At this point now, you know, what are you? Few years into living in Cali, 5, 6 years, something like that.
Officially 3.
Okay.
Because I was going back and forth for like the first, 2 years, but
okay.
In my own place, settled for sure for the last 3 years. Yes.
So at this point now, when you experience that, how do you kind of navigate through that?
I just like to be alone. That's what I realized. I realized that I cannot be in cliquey groups. That's what everybody wants to do out there, and that's cool. But like, I need more than that. You guys don't have any real bonds. I don't. That's cool. But I had to put it in a box. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I cannot let that be my life. I can deal with you guys when I see you or whatever the case is, but I have to focus on me.
It's almost like you got to kind of keep a short leash to like, and not really. And when I say short leash, is just not deal with the bullshit. As soon as you on the bullshit, I'm letting that shit go.
Right.
Like that first hint, I get that little snip. Fuck that shit.
And my feeling, and to tag off of what you said, my feelings were hurt when I found out she was talking about me and doing the things that she did. Because I'm like, I thought we were cool. Like, this is weird. Like, there's so much stuff you did. I held you down. Like, and that's how we are, though. We mind our business. I feel like New Yorkers, we're very much like, I'm going to mind my business. Listen. You're not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. Whatever. You do your thing. I do my thing. No. How is it that you're doing your thing? I'm minding my business, but then you're in my business and starting stuff. So I'm like, it's just very different in that aspect.
You ever had like a showdown type shit, like where it's like, yeah, bitch, you think you can whip it up? I'll show you this. And then y'all niggas just start throwing it down on the pan, like a cook-off type shit?
No, I actually never did that. That actually sounds fun, though.
Now, now, America, the world, matter of fact. Let's settle our beefs with a cook-off instead of a fade, instead of shooting it out.
Right.
Let's settle this shit with a cook-off.
I like that.
You think you could see the best of them in a cook-off?
Yeah.
You ever did like a battle? You ever did like any like cooking battles or anything like that?
I'm trying to think. Did I? No, I actually haven't. I want to though. I'm trying to get on to like the Food Network. That's like my next thing. So hopefully I can get in there soon.
One thing about that culinary lifestyle though, not lifestyle, but the culinary business in general, there's a lot of pretentious individuals, a lot of like high class snotty nose, like head up individuals. Like, and I'm not saying Gordon Ramsay's like a bad person or anything, but like if you were to be around someone like a Gordon Ramsay, are you like shaking before you give him a dish? Or you present that shit like, here, bitch?
Maybe a combination of both. I might be shaking on the inside, but I wouldn't try to portray it. I would,
exude that
serve it with confidence, most definitely.
So. When's like the one time you were like nervous to serve somebody?
Oh gosh, definitely Wildin' Out. I was nervous. Trey Songz when I cooked for him.
Oh man.
Oh, I was definitely nervous on that.
You was nervous on a couple reasons.
And then when he came back, he's like, I want more of your food. Your food is so good. I need like 2 more plates. I was like, okay.
Have you ever used your cooking as Riz? I know you have. I know you done cooked your way into a couple niggas' hearts. I know you done cooked your way into a couple niggas' hearts.
I'm not sure. I guess that would be for them to say, but I personally...
I'm talking about you kind of, not saying... you as kind of using the cooking as a little ulterior motive to kind of, advance yourself in your love life.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Because, they say, what do they say? Food is the way you get to a man's heart, right?
That's a fact. You get to a man's heart through his stomach.
There
That's
you
what
go.
it is.
There you go.
I would ask you this too. What's more nerve-wracking, actually? Cooking for your like close friends, family, or lover, or cooking for like someone like high class, like, you know, celebrity, high power type shit?
Definitely high class.
You think so?
Yeah, because you know, that those are going to be the people to like really spread your business, get you more potential clients, bigger clients. As far as like my friends and family, they could keep it real with me, and I won't be like as like, I guess,
Broken.
yeah, sensitive about the situation, where like if it was somebody higher up and they said, "Oh, your food is trash" or something, I think might be a little devastated.
This is salty.
Right. I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh man, that's funny as hell.
Yeah.
One thing with the cooking, what is, I know you said Food Network is, you know, your next goal, but like, do you want to open a restaurant? Do you want to stay mobile? Do you want to, you know, open up a chain? Like, what is it?
Right. My next goal on that and that aspect would be to get a food truck.
Wow. Okay.
I really want to get a food truck.
That's big in Cali. That's huge out there.
Yes. So that's actually what I'm working. That's another thing I'm working. I'm working on so much, but yeah. So I'm actually working on my business plan and stuff for that right now. So that will be hopefully the next thing within like the next couple of years, to have a food truck. And
okay, with the food truck, I mean, that's like I think that's a great thing. I think, but that's your end goal.
Starting off goal.
Starting off goal. Where's, I want to know what Z is.
Okay, so the Z for me is just overall, I want to be a commercial chef. Like, I want to have everything, my sauce, my seasonings, even my apparel.
That's
I want to do jackets and aprons, have my own show, which I started working on as well. Just be a well-rounded like commercial chef. Then, you know, have the food truck, possibly restaurant as well, if that goes well. But I just have to, you know, obviously build everything. But that's my main goal, like the next like Black Martha Stewart type thing.
Black Martha Stewart is kind of lit.
Yeah.
I know you cooked for you cooked with Bill Bellamy.
Yes.
That was over live, right?
Yes, it was.
Now, did he follow? It was a situation where he kind of just followed how you did it, right?
Correct.
So how did that whole situation come afoot?
So basically during the pandemic, again, I had like a few celebrities for the show. He was the most Godfrey was cool too, but like I would say like personable. Before we even went live, he got on the phone with me personally. Yeah. And was like, "All right, so what's the plans? Like, this is what I got, this is what you got." Things like that, where everybody else was just like, whatever. But he was really into it.
The one thing I'd say, like, Godfrey's cool. Oh, everyone's cool. I feel like Bill Bellamy is like a different level. Like, we grew up watching How to Be a Player. Like, come on, son. Like, did he use any of them How to Be a Player moves on you?
No. His wife was definitely there and stuff.
Okay.
So, but he was cool. He was so cool, down to earth. We did the dish. It was based off of a dish that he liked. So yeah, it went really well.
How do you like doing like events like with like entertainers and stuff more? Do you like doing like more personal, like let's just say even like a Thanksgiving?
Right. I like to do both. I do it.
But what's higher on that scale for you?
I would definitely say events.
Events?
I like events. I think because it's more social, there's more people. You can like, you know, more people will get to see you, you know, networking wise and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's fun. And I feel like the payout is a little bit better too. Because it's an event, so it's more people, you know.
You getting paid. There's a difference between getting paid by like Joe Blow on the rodeo and getting paid by Revolt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Revolt's gonna. You can be trash and Revolt's gonna throw that bag no matter what.
Right.
What's your favorite food personally?
I would say personally, steak.
What kind of steak?
I'm a steak. Definitely a porterhouse steak.
I'm jacking it. I'm jacking it.
Yes,
I'm jacking it.
and I also like it topped with blue cheese. I don't know if anybody
I
else is
mean,
into
you lost me there, but
I know. Not everybody loves that. But yes, that is definitely. I'm more of a steak person, so I can't eat shellfish. So I
wow,
feel
really?
like
Can
I
you
used
cook
to be
it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still do cook it, but I used to be able to eat it. But now I'm allergic.
How does that make you feel that, like, you know, you used to be, like I said, well, actually, that's a good question. So when you cook, how do you actually know it's good without taste testing it?
Through smell.
Really?
Through smell.
Can you explain that a little bit to me?
Okay, so when I put my seasonings, once I'm done, I'll smell it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. I think because I've been doing it so long that I
Yeah.
just know how much is there. Like it's the weirdest
Yeah.
thing. I even try to figure that out with myself. I'm like, this is weird that I can smell my food and know how much seasoning is in there. So yeah, that's how I do it.
You you ever like when you make something, like let's just say you make like a little extra on accident, you know what I'm saying? Are you like, I know they tell you to throw that out, but like do you kind of like slide that to the side like that's for the crib?
Yeah, most definitely. Or if somebody's next to you, I'm like, you hungry? You want this? Or like whoever's in the kitchen. Most definitely.
I was gonna say, how do you stay thin working in the food industry? Because I know my ass would be out there getting busy.
I mean, honestly, if this is thin, I'm so happy.
I mean, you thinner than me. I'll tell you this: anyone smaller than me, I consider thin. So,
this is I don't know. I think because I'm tall. And I was going to the gym. I will say this last year I've been slacking, but I was very big on going to the gym like every other day.
You almost have to counteract, like, because I mean, obviously, you know, you obviously can make the choice of what you put into your body, but
Right.
you are literally, it's like waving crack in front of a crackhead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're just you're all day long just preparing and making fire.
Right.
It's very, I know, like I said, for me personally, I would not be able to have the self-control to just say, nah, I'm gonna have this chicken Caesar salad.
Listen, man, I definitely was having burgers, fries. I was making my own twists on stuff. I had the munchies, so I was like in the kitchen just going crazy, and I was like, I gotta stop this. This is like getting out of control. I love food too much, so I'm like, I need to go back to the gym, because if I don't, I know like within the next 5 years I'll be up there.
You're gonna be looking like me.
Right. But you know what? It's crazy because I feel like people not maybe respect and trust a chef more that is bigger.
I'm about to say, like,
versus a person that looks like me. People are not too trustworthy as much as my food. They're
I'm
like,
not
you're
gonna
skinny,
hold you.
you don't know what you're doing.
If you gained about like 50, 60 pounds, like, yo, your shit might, you know what I mean?
Right. I think so. Because I've had people straight up tell me that. Like,
you get them Big Mama vibe, you get the wings, you get them arm. What?
Yep.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. If you whip it up and your shits go like this.
That's the
It's a 10
meme
out of
I've
10.
seen. They're like, if your arm doesn't move when you're mixing the mac and cheese, then I don't want it or something. I was like, damn.
That's a fact.
I was like, damn, you can't be fit and be a chef or be a little slim. No. I was like, I think I need to put on some weight. So I have a little bit. So I'm like, it's not the worst. I am a chef. So I mean, nobody's really said anything. So I'm like, all right.
All right, so you cook, you kind of done, the run of the mill as far as like the chef experience, you know what I mean? Well, the high, at a high level.
Right.
What is something that you personally are going to bring to the culinary game that no one can bring?
That's a good question. Personally, what would I bring that nobody can bring?
It could be anything. It could be style. It could be anything. Salt Bay ain't do nothing special but do this. But that was his change to the game.
Right. I just think like my fusion of foods, like the combinations that I use, are not really too popular. Like my seasonings, they're like Latin seasonings and like a soulful seasoning. So I think it's my combination of both that makes me a little bit different than you know, like like the fusion of foods is what would make me different than, you know, the average or a different chef.
And being in Cali too, like I know you are into like the Afro Latin cuisine.
Yes.
And I know you do comfort foods, and you know you sometimes bring it to the islands too.
Right.
In Cali, I know there's not a heavy island presence out there.
Correct.
And there's not, and even like with the Chinese food.
Oh my God.
Fucking ass and titties. Ass and titties, bro.
Oh my God, it's fucking disgusting.
Bro, I went to like a random Chinese place. I thought it was gonna be some shit. Cause yo, you know, no disrespect, but you thinking, you know, you go into the West Coast, there's mad Asians, they're gonna be some gas.
Right.
The only thing they got out there that's gas is sushi. Everything else, the rest of that Chinese shit y'all be having out there in Cali, yo, my Cali brothers, let me tell you something. I know a spot right around the corner right here that will chop a 5-star restaurant out there. Listen, my son Allie Yu, that's my the real dude. My son got a Chinese spot. He will come out there and chop all y'all niggas. So, as far as, you know, being in Cali, bringing those, you know, I mean, I don't know if you ever kind of dove into the Chinese, you know, aspect of things, but even just the Caribbean side of things, when people, you know, taste like a Rasta pasta, they taste like a jerk chicken, they don't even know what they're, you know what I mean? They're like, oh shit, I never even had this before. Oxtail, you know what I mean?
Right. That is very true. There's only like a few Caribbean spots out there. Even with like the Latin food, there's a lot of Mexican.
Mexican, but not
taco.
Yeah.
But no Puerto Rican. So like empanadas, certain things.
I heard the
like,
little twang too. I heard that.
Yes, a little. But yeah, just bringing that is cool because even though it's not Mexican, it's still like a Latin as far as that goes. So I think people are more open to trying it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. With the I went the Caribbean route, but they don't have like Puerto Rican, Dominican, and shit out there. I mean, like I know they do a little something in like Lincoln Heights. I know they have like a little Puerto Rican Day joint out there, but I for what, like the 3 Dominican, Puerto Rican niggas out there, like nah, man, y'all niggas stick to y'all street tacos, bro.
Exactly. And they got that. I give them that. They got Mexican food. They got that down pat.
What? Do they?
Yeah. They got that. I give them that.
Yo, I seen a dish you made and it's very simple, but that shit looked fucking fire. The fried corn with the bacon.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know, like, I never even thought of no shit like that. I don't even know if that's like a real like dishes type or if that's really off the top.
It is. It's a southern dish.
It's a southern dish, bro. Yes. That shit look crazy.
It is so good too. Like
it's like a sweet kind of.
Yes, it's the like a sweet and savory.
That's amazing.
And I know you said you like the sweet and savory thing, right?
I might have to. Yeah.
Oh, you should have told me. I would have made some for you.
Honestly, I didn't kind of think of it until I thought of it. Just now.
It's all good.
You know what I mean? But
another time I got you.
I'm not gonna hold you. I may or may not like study your Instagram video and try to reenact that.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah. You watch any like animes or anything like that?
Personally, no.
No, I was gonna ask. There's a show called Food Wars. It's anime. Actually very, very informative. They give real recipes. It's crazy the gastro science that they actually break it all down, like as far as flavor. Like, yo, it's actually like as someone who respects the culinary arts, I kind of like me personally, someone who respects the culinary arts. Like I watched that show and I'm like, like I've legit made dishes all based off their recipes and shit.
Really?
Like,
and what's the name of it?
It's called Food Wars.
I gotta check it out.
It's very cool. Like as far as what they make, the way they react to this shit is a little off-putting. Don't watch it in front of your kids because
okay.
Because it's like people be like they'll like eat the food and they'll be like and I swear to God they'll start like stripping. It's fucking funny. It's actually really fucking funny.
That sounds hilarious.
But like that's where I asked like if you were like the weird shit you cook because they've made like bear on the show and like they actually give you the real recipe and like in the manga they give you like the actual real recipe and shit.
Wow. I definitely have to check that out.
Yo, listen, tap in.
I'm
Be a nerd. Just be a nerd.
Right.
Step out of chef life for a little bit. You know what I mean? Step into the anime life. I got you, man.
Yes.
BT put you on.
Okay. Thank you.
But before we get out of here, I know you came with a little something. You know what I mean?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if you want to have one of our brothers, come and bring it over here. Yeah, man. But what
Yes.
can you want to give us a little background on what we got coming over here?
Sure. It is infused Rasta pasta.
Infused.
Yes.
Oh, we on Burn After Rolling, so it's only right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you do your
Okay.
thing. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna stay out the way.
Yes.
What we got over here?
This is Rasta pasta and fried chicken.
Rasta pasta, fried chicken. Oh my goodness.
And it's infused by
am-
Simply High Extracts olive oil.
Yo, shout out to Simply High Extract Olive Oil.
Yes.
We gonna definitely bust this down. What's what it is? I'm excited right now. I'm hella hype right now. I'm such a fat ass.
Okay.
You got the napkins. You really came prepared. You're
yes,
lit.
of course.
You're amazing,
of
man.
course.
Here, you want a plate too?
Yes, I brought plenty.
Can I serve? Can I serve you? Like, can we do role reversal?
Sure, I would love that.
I wish I had like room. I would like get up and like do like hit one of those and shit. Hold on. So, do you want to give a little just rundown of how you went the process of making these?
Sure. So I basically just sauteed some onions and peppers together. Made like similar to like an Alfredo sauce. And then added jerk seasoning in it. And some cheddar cheese. And then chicken seasoning, flour, and fried it.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What So who taught you how to make Rasta pasta per se?
Actually, Chef Willard. He's actually from Jamaica.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when I was out here and I was working in the restaurant, it was like Caribbean food, like oxtail, things like that. So, I actually got.
Here you go, my lady.
Thank you so much.
It's a little plate, but I didn't want to go too
no,
crazy.
This
I
is
didn't know
perfect.
where. I didn't know
I'm
where
not
you
too
was
hungry.
at.
This is great. Thank you.
Did you taste test?
I did.
This is at the crib. I know you know what I mean.
I always. That's one thing about a chef. We always are supposed to taste test our food before we give it out.
I respect it. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I make extra all the time. I'm so excited. I'm over here watching you. I'm over here like a dog right now.
Yes, let me know if you like it.
Nah, I'm so excited. Yo, do y'all want to grab a plate too? Y'all want to grab?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make me a. Hold on. Let me make this, and then y'all can get busy real quick. I'm gonna take a little decent amount of this Rasta pasta. I love Rasta pasta. I am a bitch when it comes down to spice, though. I will say, like a big bitch when it comes down to spice. Yes, I toned it down
for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For my half Caucasian taste buds. Did you?
He said, "Thank God."
Thank God. Yo, see, that's my nephew right there, man. I love him, man. Yo, he knows the vibes. Yo, listen, can I tell you something? It's very embarrassing too. I had Popeye's wings the other day, and they were like so spicy to me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like really so and then like today, like I had a bunch of white kids like laughing at me, calling me like a bitch because I can't handle Popeye's spice apparently. But let me see what it's hitting for. Y'all wanna get a little something, man? Yo, homeboy, you mind? Let my man work the boards respectfully. But let me see what it's hitting for. Oh my goodness. What? What? Oh. Yo. You know a nigga like shit when he starts laughing and shit. Yo. And this is infused.
Yes.
So, can you explain to me how do you know how to dose it correctly?
Honestly, for this one, I just poured it over. And to dose it correctly, just based off of the amount of people I'm cooking for, I will just like do the conversions. I usually will just like look it up, like what's the amount to make sure I have the right amount so it's not too much or too little. So I just convert it.
So if I wanted like 1 gram of weeds worth of that? How would you like weigh that out? Or like kind of divvy that up?
I would have to do the conversion into the liquid. So I don't know off the top of my
Crazy.
head, but yeah, I just look it up and then I would convert it and pour it in.
There's two reactions. I don't know if you ever get this before, but like when a nigga just acts like it's all lost, like you're already just like, oh God, that shit is like, that's me personally.
Right.
Oh my God, bro, this is amazing.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
so
you.
good. Oh,
Thank you
I'm so happy to
much.
have you on here. This is.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yo, listen. If you don't fuck with Chef T and the Takeout Sisters, you's a damn fool.
What he said.
You's a damn fool.
You're
Cali,
beautiful.
New York, coastal. She's coastal with it. Tap in.
Yes, definitely.
Listen, she does weddings. She does events.
I do.
I mean, Drake, I know you like the Caribbean food. I know you be on that fake Caribbean shit, G's. Holla at her.
Yes, Drake, if you're hearing this, please holla.
But before we get out of here, I just want to know, do you have any shout outs or anything good? You know, any message or anything you want to tell the people?
Yeah, basically follow me at Chef T _NYC_. Any bookings or anything like that. I'm going to Cali soon, but I'll be back if you need me. Also, Simply High extracts if you guys are looking for infused. Olive oil. He also does butter for your food as well. So at Simply High extracts on Instagram.
One more question actually before we get out of here. So we see how it is with the gram and like the rise of social media. You can kind of circumvent college and like a formal training. What's your take on like those kind of like hood kitchen people and shit like that?
My take on them is that like they're really dope.
Do you consider them like a chef, or would you consider them just like a nigga who cook?
See, that's like there's so much controversy on those things. I was literally just watching because I was even thinking, I'm like, damn, am I really considered? But I mean, like I consider myself a chef. Maybe not everybody, because
you went to school for it though,
right? But you know, still some people, if you haven't been like in a 5-star restaurant, like there's like you said, like there's some really high up people that are like certain chefs are very pristine about certain things. But,
I went 4 Michelin star.
Right, exactly. So I just think it's all about levels. Like, you know, if you've been doing it for a long time and you know you've worked up, not everything requires school. You know, look how many entrepreneurs that have never been to college and are who they are. So that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the schooling to be a chef. I think what makes that is your knowledge on it, you putting the time in, you studying it. It doesn't matter whether it was in school or not. I just think as long as you have the knowledge and information and things like that, and you're able to run your business.
And the respect for the game too. That's one thing, because you know how it is. Like I said, with the rise of social media and everything, and the ability to kind of just, snap into the spotlight, you do see people kind of disrespecting the game that you busted your ass for. You paid mad money to go to college. You got fucking backdoored, ridiculed, motherfucking a lot of shit went through to get to where you're at right now.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
So to piggyback over what you said, do your thing, work your ass off, but respect the fucking game.
Right. 100% respect the game.
Respect the game. And respect this goddamn Rasta pasta and this fried chicken. Because listen, I want to eat more, but I'm not going to hold you. I don't want to look like a fat, nasty nigga on camera. Yo, listen. My name is BT. We were Chef T. Where do we follow you at?
At Chef T _NYC_.
Yo, listen. It's been real.
Yes.
And I really am first and foremost, shout out to Center for linking us up.
Yes,
and I really appreciate you coming out here and spending some time with me. Yo, this is dope.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome to come. Yeah, for anytime.
Yes.
But yo, Magic, bring us up out of here. I'm so excited. This is amazing.